welcome back. So today I'm continuing with this project with the Mclaren 720S. So in the previous video, you guys saw that I removed the entire rear section. Today we're gonna focus on removing the exhaust and the downpipes, and today we'll be installing an aftermarket exhaust with countless downpipes. Now I'm not sure if you guys remember, but when I was disassembling all of this and I removed all these parts, I was working too hard. Everything was manual, so I learned my lesson. And this time I actually went out to the store and I got myself this cordless ratchet. So this should make things so much easier. And I also got myself some Loctite because the bolts for the wing will actually be needing some, because since it is active aero, it does have a lot of vibration. So once we install that aftermarket exhaust and the downpipes, we'll be assembling everything back together. Let's see how that goes. But let's not delay this any further, and let me show you what the aftermarket exhaust looks like. Okay guys, so this is the full exhaust, and then these are the catless downpipes I will be installing. I really do like the color on these. So both of these are by Armytrix, but first we need to focus on removing the stock exhaust. So this shouldn't be too hard. There's a few bolts, there's a few metal pieces and heat shield that we need to remove. After that, it should come right off. Then we can focus on removing the downpipes, which are not going to be so easy, but we'll manage. So let's go ahead and begin with taking this off first. Okay guys, so I think I lied, because I remember telling you that removing the exhaust was going to be so easy. Well, it kind of wasn't that easy as I expected, because there were just so many bolts and some of them were in the most uncomfortable places, but I managed to remove those. But I did struggle with something else. I did struggle with these rubber grommets, because here at the bottom, I guess with just all the heat, they were just melted in there. So they were just so hard and I wasn't able to pull out the exhaust, so I just had to pry it out. And that gave me a bit of a struggle, but once I was able to take it off, then I finally was able to take out the exhaust. So this is how it looks like. Now let me show you how the car looks like without the stock exhaust on. So this is it. It's just a big old hole here. It kind of looks funny because it's like it's kind of missing something here. I also wanted to point out that I did put these microfiber towels before moving the exhaust, just because I knew there was going to be a lot of just movement and I just didn't want to risk either scratching the paint or damaging anything. But now we can finally move on to the next step, which is removing the downpipes, which they're right here. So these are going to come off from the side. I do need to go at the bottom and remove a large part of the under panel, because there's a bolt that I can only access from removing it there. So this is probably, to be honest, this is the least part that I'm looking forward to, but we have to do it. Once I remove the downpipes, then I'll officially be done with just dismantling the entire car and the entire stock system, and then we can get on with installing the Armytrix catless downpipes and the exhaust. But it'll take some time, but with that being said, let's get back to work. just finished removing the downpipes. Let me tell you that that was the biggest mission so far. I thought that I was gonna be able to do it by myself, but I couldn't, so I had Chris help me. So on the left side, we were struggling so much just because the downpipe itself, like the shape, and then just here, it's there's no room. There's little to no room here. First we have the frame, and then we have just a whole bunch of holes and so many things in the way, and it comes out through here, but you really have to play around with it and then just twist it until you find the right way that it's supposed to come out. Then I was like, okay, once I move to the right side, I'll probably be able to take it off by myself because we barely have anything here in the way. There's a lot more space here. All we have is the frame. I couldn't have been more wrong. So this one, I had Chris help me too. We were trying to flip it the opposite way, and I was just like, let's try and just flip it the other way, just for giggles, to see if it works, and it ended up coming off. Oh my goodness. Finally, I'm so glad that they're off downpipes. It's just the worst thing, at least for me, to deal with, but I'm so happy that they're off. So now we can finally install the Armytrix downpipes. Now these are going to be so much easier because they're catless and should just be able to put it in here from the bottom. Then after that, we can get started with installing the exhaust, and then we'll finally have the Armytrix system installed on the McLaren, and then we can put everything back together. So let's see. I have my coffee here because man, I need it. I'm exhausted, but let's go ahead and keep rolling with this. So you can see the downpipes are installed and the exhaust is almost installed. So as I was installing it, I actually remembered that I needed to run the vacuum lines for the valve system. So I came back here and I already removed the cover. So I already prepped it to do that. But since the downpipes did take a lot of my time today, that caused a huge delay. So I'm still not done, as you guys can see, but it's late, I'm drained. So I think I'm just gonna call it a night. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, so it's day 2. So today we're gonna continue and make more progress. I'm hoping that I can finally get this finished today. This has been a large project, at least for me, but let me show you so far what I've done. So I already went here in the back and I already placed the 3-way connector. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. And I also already ran the vacuum lines. Now I just need to connect them to the valve system and then get everything tightened up. So the bolts for the downpipes, the bolts for the exhaust, and then we can finally have the green lights to start putting everything back together, because this is a lot of work. But let's keep going and let's see how today goes. So now the O2 sensors are connected, and I already tightened the bolts for the downpipes and for the exhaust. I didn't tighten these all the way though, because I still need to put in the tip, so I just want to make sure that I can adjust it. But back to what I was talking to you guys about. So this is the vacuum line that I ran, and then that goes all the way back here and it connects to the valves. I'm not sure if you could, yeah, you could probably see it there. So I did have to make 2 holes here in the heat shield so I can connect there. The instructions did call for that. And then that vacuum line just runs all the way back here to the solenoid, and then right here to the 1-way valve, and then back to that 3-way connector that I showed you guys inside. But let me show you how this exhaust works. So it's pretty cool since it does have this valve system. So if you want to be just super loud, then it just goes straight pipe right through here. But if you want to be a little bit cautious for your neighbors and you want to be a little bit quieter, then it'll just bypass this and it'll just go down here through the mufflers and then just right back here out the tip. So I think that's pretty cool. I really do love that feature. But now that everything is now together in place, at least the hardest part is done. So let's get this car back together. Okay, so little by little, it's coming together. So there's pretty much nothing else left to put on the rear. Now comes the biggest job of it all, which is putting those quarter panels on the car. And let me tell you that it was pretty easy to take it off by myself, but at the shop they did use 2 people, so I'm gonna go ahead and have Chris help me put it here, just because there's so many things in the way. Like for example, this right here, this part is loose, so you need to be adjusting it, and just so many things that it needs to clip on. So I'm gonna have him help me. I'm not gonna try to show off and try to be brave and do it by myself and then something goes wrong. Nope. So rather him help me. We put this on, and then little by little we just have a few more pieces left. I know it might look like a lot, but it's few to me compared to like everything that was taken off the car. And you have no idea how glad I am that we are almost finished with this, because once we have the car put back together, then we can finally hear the cold start, which I'm anxiously waiting to hear, and I know you guys are too, so let's keep rolling. Okay, so we have the quarter panels back on both sides. You guys, you don't know how glad I am to finally see these on, because now it's finally starting to look like a normal car again. Now we just have a few things to do. So now I need to put the intake, then I need to put the wheel welds, then I need to mount the gas tank here, and then I still have that cover underneath that I still need to put back on. After that, we can put the engine cover and then the wing. So we're almost there, so let's keep going. So the car is finally assembled. You guys have no idea how happy this makes me. For some time I was doubting it. I was like, man, am I gonna be able to put it back together? But finally I was able to. This was just such a long, complicated, draining journey, but I'm so glad that it's finally done. And look, my babies have been out here in the garage for the past days. They're ready to come back inside, and I miss them as well. But now the time that you guys have been waiting for, which is hearing what this car sounds like, all this work is finally gonna be worth it. So let's get that cold start. After the cold start, we're gonna take it out to get some runs to hear it at full throttle. So I'll see you guys right back here. I absolutely love how it sounds. That co-star was on point. I really do like, I like how the pitch just stays and it actually doesn't go down. And once I took it out for some runs, it sounds freaking amazing, beautiful. It's a very unique sound. It's definitely not what I'm used to, but I absolutely love it. And it does feel so much faster now. So I do feel there's a bump in horsepower because this car stock is fast, but now I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. It definitely feels a little bit faster. And I'm not sure if you guys heard the coyotes howling. I'm not sure if the camera picked it up, but this car already has a howl of its own, but the coyotes did howl back. That was pretty funny. So I'm pretty sure it was maybe one of their own, maybe like just a really loud and fast coyote. It's back in the garage because the car is extremely dirty inside and out just from me working on it the past few days, and he did give it to me clean, so I'm not gonna return it like this, so I will be washing it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.